Hi, and welcome to Star Lighthouse. I'm Prashant, and this is your weekly reading for Sun, Moon, Venus rising in Aquarius. This is a general read, so I suggest you take whatever message resonates with you and leave everything else behind. And if the reading does connect with you, there is an extended to it. The link for that extension is below in the description box. I hope you like the reading, and if you do, please do like, subscribe, and share. That would be very helpful. So Aquarius, how are you doing? Mid-November, almost close to Thanksgiving. How are you feeling? How has November treated you so far? Hopefully things were exciting for you. A lot of changes happening around. So hope you're able to find some calmness in that time. Think about the thought, feeling, question that brought you to this reading. Focus on that idea. Take a deep breath. And let go of everything else. Focus on that thought. Maybe this reading has some answer for you. Let's see what's going on for you in this mid-November. Four of Pentacles, looking for financial stability or working towards it, being blocked by Empress energy or connection to inner creativity or emotional mother. Let's see. Past situation, High Priestess. So yes, able to connect to your own self, able to channel mind and heart. So that's what's going on. So you're in a process. You're in, like, if you're worried about money for some reason, you are in that flow to keep moving on and keep finding that. So don't worry about it. This seems, the Empress energy seems to be pointing towards like your own inner parent, your own inner mind. Like now, if there are like moments of doubt, you are able to handle them. Like previously, if they were giving you anxiety, you are able to get past those anxieties now, and you're learning more about it. So don't worry. If you're worried about money, it's coming in the future. Mind's ambition, Seven of Coins. Another card pointing towards daydreaminess about money, which is good. Like dreaming about, like shooting for the stars would allow you to try to like keep creating that inner hope, keep creating that inner spirit to keep moving on. Like in those moments of uncertainty where you are still worried about, would I be able to survive after like X number of months or years? So if that's what your worry is, take it in a different direction, channel that into like dreamy energy, and where instead of being worried about your future moment, you start dreaming about an amazing future, so that your mind applies yourself in a more positive way in everyday moment, in everyday routine. It's like if you know on daily basis that you are not going to be able to reach your dreams, or you're not going to be able to reach your goals, or say if you're driving and if you're driving without a destination, or you know that you're driving to a certain destination, and at some point you made to be realized that that destination doesn't even exist and it's somewhere else. So that energy drains, it takes away that excitement, that desire to approach that destination. Now on the other side, if you keep dreaming about positive, and then if you keep moving towards next, like if you somehow get lost and you take it as a positive flow rather than thinking about, okay, this is the end, we are lost, we will never be able to find a way out, and this is the end. Rather it's like, okay, it's a new opportunity, it's a new adventure. If we could not reach our destination, we might reach somewhere else which is more fun. So that's what daydreaminess brings in. Let's keep seeing what's happening next. Heart's desire, Ace of Chalices. Finding self-love, self-affection, or balancing of this mind and heart, and applying yourself in every moment, not getting anxious, like previously might have been, and being able to get through those anxious moments and learning more self-trust, bringing in more self-love and affection. Future situations, Hierophant, someone who is able to balance mind and heart, like who has the keys to both mind and heart. It's like a person who can channel the feelings, the dreams, understand the reality and your own abilities, and then map them together. It's a very positive energy, like it's pointing towards like you are in a process, stick to that process, stick to that flow right now, and don't get bogged down about minor hiccups, don't get bogged down about immature failures in this moment. Just keep applying yourself, don't worry about the future survivability. Suggested advice or action, Judgment. And context for this advice or action, Queen of Chalices. So it's still pointing towards like to keep maintaining your ship. Moments of fear, moments of anxiety, moments of like lack of self-confidence or lack of self-worth or lack of self-deservement. In those moments, just believe in yourself, find your inner strength, find your Judgment over here is pointing towards like rather than looking outwards, if that was your previous way of approaching life, like, and that probably was causing anxiety, where other people's judgment, other people's opinion has started causing you worry, and that worry by itself became a fear, stopping you from taking actions, creating procrastination in your mind, and then eventual anxiety. All that needs to be like has been released, but now you're in a process of like reapplying yourself. So you're finding yourself in situations where you're being tested by yourself if you would go back to the previous anxiety or not. What I'm trying to say is, if in a past situation that might have led to a moment where you wanted to have a high priestess, and so the scenarios I'm thinking of, because it's pentacle situation, is that work, business partnerships, or in general how you're approaching life, that seemingly ended. The reason for that end was you became your own devil by creating this fear, this procrastination in your mind, where you could not proceed, take actions, which created anxiety inside you, and that anxiety took away your natural confidence. That natural confidence going away, you just started becoming completely numb to actual moments, and you started living in your fears and your nightmares. That whole situation is getting reversed right now. That's where the suggestion is to go into daydreaminess. Previously you lived in nightmares, so now reverse that approach, go into a daydreaminess approach. With that daydreaminess, you are going to reverse that negative flow into a positive flow, and that positive flow would keep bringing your inner spirit, your inner hope outwards. And consider this moment as you becoming your own parent, or if you have lost your parents, bring them in your mind, in your dreams, and consider them like taking care of you, like in this moment. Don't worry about your future survivability. It's like you're reversing the effect of what has happened in the past, where things ended for you in terms of financial stability, in terms of financial success. So now you're starting a new flow. In order to keep starting that new flow, your emotions, the psychological effect of the past has to be reversed, so that everyday actions in this today, exercises are not impacted by how you have had felt in the past. Rather, it's all about this moment and the future. So for that to come in, you have to reverse the flow. For reversing the flow, the first thing is starting to daydream. Previously, you have had lived in your nightmares, not able to sleep, not able to be fully awake. It's like you were in that state between wake, insomnia started creeping in, and you never realized if you were awake or you are trying to sleep. And that's a situation created by nightmares, fears in your mind. Nightmares and fears are nothing, just like your subconscious telling you something you always wanted, something you always needed is missing in your life. And because they somehow cannot approach your dream state, a positive dream state, or you stop believing in daydreaming, so they started creating nightmares for you. Nightmares trying to tell you that, okay, if this is what you believe in, let's subconscious decided, let's approach your brain through nightmares. And those nightmares created fears, anxieties, causing procrastination, eventually end of the past. So now that you're in process to moving towards the new, you have to reverse the flow. So previously, if you approached life by not believing in daydreams, by not actively shooting for the stars, reverse that effect. Bring back your self-confidence. If somebody else's judgment told you that you're not good enough, reverse that and bring back your own inner judgment. You are your own person, and you should be the only person who should be talking about your own abilities and talent, not someone else. And during this entire process, make sure you stay steady through those moments where you feel anxiety, fear in future. Because you're going through a change. And in the past, those anxieties made you create more fear in your mind. So now this is a moment to reverse that effect. So now when you feel anxiety, instead of going into fear, take up courage for a change. And then when you change that aspect, when you take up courage, it just, your energy towards approaching that situation would change. And rather than worrying about the result of that situation, you would just focus on keep applying in the process. So you're just reversing that process. Hopes and fears. King of Wands. Finding more opportunities where your unique self can be applied. King of Wands is someone who can scan all the opportunities in the world and can truly find their right fit. They don't let someone else tell them where they should be working or who they should be working for or what they should be doing in general. They are their own master. They can understand who they truly are, all their true skills, and then scan everything around, see all the opportunities in the world, wait for the right opportunity for them that applies to them, and then that's where they go find that opportunity, grab it, and just win. It's like they go all in only when they know they're going to win 100%. So you're moving towards that direction, you're hoping for that. And that's where the getting towards a Hierophant stage would become very crucial. Someone who truly applies themselves in a moment, they don't worry about the result. They don't worry about survivability. Because they understand that's not what they're here for. They're here for experience in the moment. Potential outcome. 2 of Wands. So you will find that opportunity. The opportunity that if you haven't started in this new process, you'll find the starting opportunity. If you have already started, you'll find, but you're exploring your abilities in this moment, you'll find that first opportunity will bring you confidence about your. It seems like you're very multi-ableistic, or you have many talents basically. And previously, those got shut down. Those got hidden by other people's opinion or what you're supposed to do in life. And now you have just let go of that completely. You have seemingly have reached this high priestess stage where your mind and heart have started talking to each other without any disturbance. Nobody's telling them that this is not how you're supposed to do. They fully understand each other. There's a symbiosis existing over there now. This symbiosis is it's telling them that It's basically that now, instead of letting the heart create fear and anxiety that creates negative thoughts in your brain, the fear and anxiety rather creates now an adrenaline rush that you approach situations with courage rather than fear. And adrenaline rush is like that would only come to you when you believe that you're more than the moment. You're supposed to experience the moment, that's it, and then move on to the next one. What I mean by more than the moment is like if you let the moment dominate you, then it becomes for other people it becomes very easy to target your fear and then manipulate you. And if you change your attitude towards that you're more than the moment, you're bigger than the moment, you're here just to experience this moment, it doesn't matter if you survive this or not, it's all about experiencing it. Then your approach towards how you apply the basic instinct, the basic fear of survivability goes away, and then your brain is fully focused in applying all your abilities required. And the funny part is when you start applying yourself, your subconscious seemingly would find out more abilities that your conscious is not aware about. It's like if you previously never knew how to dance, but now if you take up some dance lessons, and you might discover that you had more talent in yourself than you were aware about. And that applies to any art, or not even art, any sort of profession. It's just that previously you were being told that if you're good at maths, so you're supposed to be a mathematician or an engineer. If you're good with like understanding human anatomy, so you're supposed to be a doctor, or like some in those spaces, like defined professions which define how money, job security, and respect can be achieved. So somehow those professions, like it's not like against those professions, rather they limited your approach, they limited all the other of your abilities from shining outwards. And if you are right now in this moment, and if you're listening to this reading, so it seemingly seems like that you have understood that you're more than how your previous profession, your previous life defined you. And you started realizing that there's more to approaching life than just thinking about money. So the current stability, if it feels like it's blocked, it's a test. It's your own test created by yourself. In the past, that fear of survivability created more fear and panic and procrastination inside you. Now it's a test that take it the opposite way. Allow this fear to sink in. This fear actually would create new thoughts, new ideas how to survive. And you just, your mind would allow you to get through it. So take that fear in, breathe through the moment, take a pause, deep breath, and let go of that fear. Once you release that fear, your mind actually is so smart that it would bring up ideas to survive, not even survive, like innovatively approach that situation. The more innovatively you start approaching situations, the more you will start realizing how smart, how unique you are. And that understanding of own uniqueness would make you understand how truly valuable you are and how truly valuable your uniqueness is. That's where you would find this King of Wands space. King of Wands, as I previously mentioned, is an energy or space. It's like with someone who truly understands their abilities, how it applies. They can scan all the opportunities in the world and can focus on the one which would make them shine, give them the most success with the easiest effort. And those things exist out there. It's just that in your previous system, you failed to see it. They were blinders put on your eyes, or you put them because of years of like upbringing beliefs or social beliefs, or as I said, respect beliefs. Like those professions are respectful professions that as believed by the society, that's what. And that's where you start realizing there's more to it, more to just like social recognition than thinking about your profession or your money brings that. Rather, helping other people, rather sharing your true gift, sharing authenticity. That's what brings social recognition. Your uniqueness, that's what brings social recognition. Once you start shining your uniqueness, everyone will know. So suggestions for you moving forward. You are in the process of transition. You are in the process of becoming a hierophant. You're in the process of becoming your own advisor, your king of wands, who tells you which opportunity you should go and apply to. You're in the process of understanding your abilities. You're in the process of realizing who you are and trusting yourself. That trust might have been taken away from you. You're reversing the flow, making things positive again. If previously your Midas touch was lost, it's coming back to you. So start using that to daydream. Start believing you are more than the moment. Don't let that dominate you. Don't let that affect you in negative ways. Rather understand what it's all about, what the experience is, how you have felt, and just process that and just move on. While you're reversing this flow, previously when you were experiencing too many nightmares, it's basically your subconscious telling you you're missing something in your life. You're missing personal happiness, self-love, self-trust, people around. Like, it could have also impacted your relationships and situations around. So those nightmares were basically pointers towards that. And you seemingly missed out and that ended the previous situation, led to you finding a balance between mind and heart, and now you're moving towards a new way of approaching things. So you're reversing the flow. In this reversing flow, when you experience fears, anxiety, just breathe through them. Let your mind process it. Mind is smart enough to understand the fear. Rather than acting negatively towards you, it will create positive thoughts to go outwards and become more courageous and charge at those previous fears, charge at them and solve them and just move on. And you would realize those fears are basically illusions from minds. They truly don't exist. So start creating self-trust, start applying yourself in everyday situations, start being positive towards everything. Bring out your own inner parent, someone who can help you guide through this moment. So imagine about someone, it's like relive your childhood and relearn how to dream. And while you're doing so, imagine your parent is out there to protect you. That would make it easier for you to start learning how to daydream, which you seemingly lost. And that daydream allows you to shoot for the stars, changing your inner spirit, inner energy, and its vibration. It makes it more exciting, it allows you to act more positively than rather pessimistically. So that has to be brought out again. And for you to do that, just go back to your own child self for a moment and think about how you used to dream at that point and what allowed you to do that. And possibly it could be parental protection, because it's like a safe word in that time to, okay, you can dream whatever you like because you know you're protected. So bring out your own inner parent, go into your own bubble for a moment and daydream. Don't live in nightmares, rather allow them to just tell you what you're missing in life. Focus on the missing part and start dreaming about a better version of it. That will allow you this transition to happen. The moments when you start feeling that fear of survivability, find skills inside you, find abilities inside you that will showcase your true authenticity, your true self. And that your authenticity and your true self will start bringing opportunities by themselves. Your uniqueness by itself would attract the right people. You don't have to go out and always try to find jobs, work, gigs for yourself. Your true talent would bring in the right people. So now sharing that talent is important. So try to find online platforms. If you want to create your own website, try to find online avenues to basically globally share your work. And that will bring in the right opportunity for you to connect. So Aquarius, you're reversing the flow. If things in the past were negative, really bad, it's done. You find your mental peace, you find your inner calmness, you find your inner high priestess. Now it's time to find your inner parent, inner empress, to allow you to go into a bubble for a moment, for a time span, to allow you to daydream rather than fear, and find abilities inside you that you previously thought were missing or previously didn't know about. Those abilities, shining them through online platforms, social media portals, any possible avenues that you can think of. Sharing them, finding people getting attracted towards those abilities, creating self-trust, self-confidence, re-establishing yourself in your own mind, not letting the fear, nightmare dominate you, not letting the moment dominate you, rather experiencing it, letting the fear and anxiety breathe through it, allow your mind to find results. It's smart enough to do that. It is very smart enough to do that. So allow it to find results. Once it does, it would take you through those negative moments. So the fear of financial survivability would go away. So you're reversing the flow, you're going towards your Hierophant, where your mind and heart will be fully balanced, controlled, fully able to understand each other, guide each other, and connected to the higher spirit, knowing what's your right purpose, where you should go out and act. And King of Wands energy, able to scan everything possible, understand the situations where your abilities can apply, truly shine with the easiest amount of effort. You're moving towards all positivity. Just keep shining yourself. Keep sharing yourself. Keep sharing your abilities through online platforms. You're reversing the flow. True opportunity will come to you. Aquarius, if this reading resonated with you, there's an extended to it. In the extension, I would look more at your current overall energy. How are you feeling in this moment? And how we can further find this inner empress inside us and balance our emotions. Message from the oracle and timing related to the opportunity that will show up to your way. All of that I would look in the extended. If you would like to join me there, the link for that is below in the description box. I hope you liked the reading, and if you did, please do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining me here, and have an amazing week. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.